From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Thursday, May 28th, 2026. I'm Sarah Lane. Glassworm botnet gets shattered. CrowdStrike says it worked with Google and the Shadow Server Foundation to take down Glassworm, a self-propagating credential-stealing botnet targeting developers through poisoned software packages since early 2025. The coordinated action disrupted all four of Glassworm's command and control channels at once, severing access to infected machines and blocking new payloads. Researchers say the malware spread through compromised VS Code extensions, NPM and Python packages, and more than 300 GitHub repos, using invisible Unicode injection, plus Solana, Google Calendar, and BitTorrent DHT infrastructure to resist takedowns. China overhauls world's biggest surveillance network. The Financial Times reports that China is upgrading its surveillance network with AI-powered cameras and software that can automatically identify people, analyze behavior, and flag potential unrest in real time. Companies like Hikvision and Huawei use computer vision and LLMs to search footage with various text prompts to detect crowd buildups or erratic driving, and then process video directly on device using specialized chips. This builds on China's decade-old surveillance infrastructure rather than replacing it outright, with local governments layering in AI despite tighter budgets. Charter confirms ShinyHunters data breach. Charter Communications confirmed a data breach after the extortion group ShinyHunters threatened to leak stolen data unless Charter pays a ransom. The company says it notified authorities, but no sensitive personal information or customer proprietary network information was taken. ShinyHunters claims it accessed Charter on April 1st through a voice phishing attack targeting an employee's Microsoft Entra account, then exported millions of customer records from Salesforce, including names, contact details, plan information, and support tickets. AI exploit development outpaces scanner detection. New research from Cogent Security says attackers used AI to slash exploit development time for disclosed vulnerabilities from about 125 days in early 2025 to just 12 hours by this April, outpacing major scanners from Tenable, Qualys, and Rapid7. The firm found 83% of critical CVEs created a visibility gap for defenders, with more than half never getting scanner coverage and many exploits circulating before detection signatures were even available. Huge thanks to our sponsor, GuardSquare. AI is speeding up development, but at what cost? While 96% of teams now use AI tools, 81% report that AI-generated code has introduced new vulnerabilities into their mobile apps. In a world with automated threats, you need multi-layered, polymorphic security to stay ahead of the curve. Learn more at guardsquare.com. Cybercriminals impersonate FBI IT personnel. The FBI is warning that the silent ransom group, aka SRG, also known as Luna Moth, Chatty Spider, and UNC 3753, is impersonating IT support to trick employees, especially at U.S. law firms, into granting remote access so attackers can steal data and extort victims. The group uses phishing emails, phone calls, legitimate remote access tools, and may send somebody on site for physical computer access. SRG focuses on rapid data theft without encrypting systems, targeting sensitive legal records and client communications before defenders realize anything is wrong. Romanian national sentenced for Oregon government hack. Catalin Dragomir was sentenced in the U.S. to 56 months in prison for breaching the Oregon Office of Emergency Management and 10 other American companies. Prosecutors said Dragomir stole employee credentials and personal data like social security numbers, then sold access on dark web forums, causing at least $250,000 in damages. He was arrested in Romania back in 2024 extradited to the U.S. in 2025, and pleaded guilty earlier this year. AI agents hit by open source vulnerability. A critical vulnerability dubbed Bad Host in the Python framework Starlet is exposing millions of AI agents and services to authorization bypass, data theft, SSRF, and potentially remote code execution. The flaw lets attackers manipulate the HTTP host header and affects Starlet-based tools, including Fast API, VLLM, and Light LLM, putting systems tied to healthcare, finance, email, cloud, and cybersecurity at risk. Starlet 1.0.1 fixes it. Organizations are urged to patch and scan exposed systems immediately. UK cyber spying chief calls AI unstoppable. Anne Keast Butler, head of the UK's cyber intelligence agency GCHQ, warns that AI is becoming an unstoppable force, increasingly weaponized just below the threshold of war, while Russia escalates daily hybrid attacks on critical infrastructure, supply chains, and democratic institutions across Britain and Europe. She warns the West risks falling behind adversaries like Russia and China unless governments, businesses, and citizens treat cybersecurity with greater urgency. We know human-paced security controls can't be applied to autonomous AI agents. So what needs to change with CNAPP? That is what we're breaking down on this week's episode of Defense in Depth. Look for the episode, What Does the Next Generation of Cloud Security Look Like? Wherever you get your podcasts. If you have some thoughts on the news from today or about our show in general, be sure to reach out to us at feedback@CISOseries.com. We'd love to hear from you. I am Sarah Lane reporting for the CISO Series, and guess what? We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Cybersecurity headlines are available every weekday. Head to CISOseries.com for the full stories behind the headlines.